is Jason Garrett getting too much credit for his pregame speech and the win?
Not at all. You got to give him credit. It's coming out of the player's mouth in terms of what got them inspirationally moved to go out there and play with that type of energy and execution. We saw the mob move, and we know who's the leader of this mob, and it's Jason Garrett. You got to remember that the 2 highest scoring games for the Cowboys this year have come off of headlines of inspirational messages that came from Jason Garrett. You could say that's just coincidence. I see the correlation in that. So we give credit all the time in the media to teams that give bulletin board material midweek, and they put it on some billboard in the locker room, and everybody's, oh, that's why I'm going to play well. Well, then how about when coach just grabs the guys and talks to them directly on the Saturday night meeting, let them sleep on it, and the next day they wake up ready to roar? I give Jason Garrett that credit.
I don't take that. I think that it's definitely blown out of proportion. Shouldn't get any credit.
How you gonna get a man any credit?
No, he doesn't get any credit. You know why? Because as a
You don't like him.
As a father, I do not seek credit for giving my children what I need to give them. I do not need a pat on the back for being a good dad. I do not need credit for saying the things that I need to say to make sure that they're prepared to go out and face it.
You ever trade your kids? You ever cut your kids? It's not the same situation.
But it is in the sense that they are on his watch while he is the head coach of that team. They're just like your kids. Yes.
Every Saturday morning this football season,
okay,
I got a text from you. We got a text.
I'm about to say we are
taking credit for your high school football team's success.
We got receipts. We got receipts up here.
What all you did. Come on now.
I'll take credit for wins and losses as the coach. I do not look for that credit. I did not text you guys, hey, can y'all give me a little credit about how we
Why you wanted us to know then?
No.
I didn't need to know that on Saturday morning.
Y'all asked me how we did.
No, we don't.
And to that point.
No, we don't.
And to that point, I gave an amazing pregame speech in our first round of the playoffs. Amazing.
Hey, I'm going to jump there with you. I think he's getting too much credit.
Thank you, James.
For the actual speech itself.
Thank you.
Because that's not what won them the game. Their actions won them the game. True statement, what he said did inspire them. Yes.
So I don't have a problem with him.
I'm just messing with you. So he did get his speech does get credit because it inspired them to go out there and play the way that they played.
Okay.
True statement, they still got to go out there and perform. And he did something that he should have been doing all season.
I'll give
Run
his pregame
the ball. They went out there. They
make a very valid
ball. They dominated a man. It's man on man. They moved men and ran the ball.
What did you just say?
They do. They stopped letting Dak pass 30, 40 times a game. Best thing that happened is he messed up his finger, and that's probably why he wasn't passing too much. And they started going ahead and running the ball.
The question is Jason Garrett getting too much credit?
No, he's not getting too much credit.
His pregame speech deserves all the credit.
He said,
I'm not giving Jason
Garrett for the win.
Let me make the argument for you, LaVar.
Yes, please.
Because he is getting too much credit.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Bill Cosby.
Too much credit.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Because he ain't doing nothing but what he's supposed to do. This is somebody sitting there, I take care of my kids.
He's supposed to.
That's what I just said.
When you play for Marty Schottenheimer, does he not have a speech every week?
And a tear with it.
And a tear with it. Ready to play?
Yes.
And that's what you got to understand. They said he has gave the best speech that we ever heard.
And you know why they talking about it? Because players didn't come out every week. Oh, man, Marty gave a great speech. Because that's what he did every week. The reason why the Cowboys are talking about it is like, Jason Garrett finally gave a good speech.
Oh, that's messed up how you going to flip that on him.
He gave a great speech. The coach don't need to be there to inspire you. Other players, your leaders on your team should inspire you and give you your speeches. You got guys that go out there and get a prayer. You know you got your prayer guy. Your prayer guy going to give you a great prayer, and you go. Your prayer guy and your hype guy can't be the same person because you can't go pray, and then the next thing is, let's get out here and beep, 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 beep.
How about this?
Right.
It turns into white noise if it's always the same, even if it's high level. Look, Marty used to give us great emotional speeches with the tear, and it turns into white noise at a certain point.
Not for me. It didn't for me.
But you
got 14 and 2.
Oh, I love it.
Give me all that noise.
Oh, yeah, but give me the playoffs, too.
Well,
So here's the thing. You also got to fully respect that sometimes things are exceptional, better than norm, even if they're at a high bar.
And when you've set the bar as low as Jason Garrett, he told a baseball story.
Yeah.
That got us fired up to play.
That
speaks to how weak this dude has
None
been.
of us up here are qualified to talk about the emotional context of that speech. You know why? Because it got their thoughts going, got their actions going, and that was the result
That's
of
an
a great
indictment.
game.
That's
None
an
of us can
indictment
do that.
on the coach, and it's an indictment on their team. It's an indictment on their coach, and it's an indictment on their team.
To say coach did a great speech.
They have underperformed. So where was this speech when they were underperforming all those weeks ago?
Hold on.
When we're having the conversation, he has to win a Super Bowl or he's not going to be the coach next year. Where are all these speeches at? How many they lose? 3 in a row?
Wait a minute. And if you want to talk about underperforming, this is a guy that if they win this week, will win 4 of the 6 divisional titles since he's been there.
That's a terrible division.
Okay, hold on. You know what? New England's a terrible division as well. New England's a terrible division as well.
They ain't winning 8-8.
What's the first stepping stone?
They beating everybody else outside their division
What's
too.
the first stepping stone when you get in there in terms of
Make the
goals?
playoffs. It don't matter.
And how do you qualify to get there?
Marcellus is like bragging like, man, I'm the smallest host on this show.
Hey, wait, hold on now. He's bigger than
I'm bigger than him.
You ain't a host. I'm talking about me and him.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Come on, come on now.
That was a trick. That was,
Jason Whitlock and LaVar.
But he looked at both of us like as if we were.
I know. I understand.
He's doing trick stuff. He's doing trickery
What I'm
today.
saying is, Jason Garrett hasn't done anything, man, that a head coach isn't supposed to do. And it's great that he gave a good
Top
speech.
10 in wins.
You're not giving him credit for nothing, though.
Top 10 in wins.
Give him
wasn't
another
giving
good
him
speech
credit.
next week. Look, man, college coaches, Nick Saban gets his players in the right state of mind with little story. You know what a great coach does?
College.
I get it, but I'm just what a great coach does at any level, pee-wee, high school, college, pro. They figure out a clever way
To get 'em
say
going.
to say the same thing over and over and over
After
again.
so long, it becomes white noise. You listen to the same person. You can read through it.
They all got the same message, though. And they just figure out a way to creative way to always come back to the same point about picking each other up, having each other's back, playing for each other, blah, blah. Hey, Jason Garrett finally gave a good speech. Congratulations.
Was that not clever, though? Talking about baseball, bringing it, hitting them from this
Sean
side
Payton,
when you look
Bill
at this way.
Belichick, all the great coaches do this every Sunday, and that's why their teams can play at a consistently high level, and that's why he can't do it, and that's why his team is inconsistent.
But you got to realize a great head coach, he'll put those people, those coaches, and those players in those positions to have to do that. If he can't do that, to be that vocal person in the locker room, to give that speech before the pregame, to give that speech or that talk to the players after the Sunday or after the Saturday night meetings.
Well, here's what I want to know. Were you the prayer guy or the hype guy?
I was neither one. I was the guy that if I started talking, it was a problem at halftime, and we was going to go ahead and get it fixed.
Did you see the way he looked at you? Let's go to break.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.